Hey YouTubers, welcome back to another Dragon Ball Super discussion video. Today, I just wanted to ask, what do you guys think is next after the new Dragon Ball Super movie coming out later this year, early next year? Because at least as much as I've talked about this on my channel, and I haven't seen a whole lot of other people express this opinion, I don't know what else that they can do other than just bringing back various characters that we've known and loved throughout the entirety of this series. I mean, I guess they could go and explore other characters that they introduced in Dragon Ball Super with Hit and Jiren, the Pride Troopers, everyone in Universe 2. I think would be kind of fun to go and look at. I know a lot of people don't like Universe 2 and Ribrianne and all of her troop, but I don't know. I think that they're really kind of cool individuals, and it would be at least a different pace and a little bit more refreshing. I think that if this movie actually goes in and tries to reinterpret Broly, maybe even reimagine and reintroduce someone like Bardock and give us an entirely different outlook on the Saiyans, that would be really kind of cool, and I would actually welcome it with open arms. And I know a lot of people have been talking over the last couple weeks is, if this is the same way that they did with Battle of Gods and Fukkatsu no F, the reintroduction of Dragon Ball Super, and they're going to find a new way to reinterpret the show or put the show back on air. It's going to be what Dragon Ball to Dragon Ball Z was, where Dragon Ball Super is the Dragon Ball and whatever's next is the Dragon Ball Z. I wouldn't really mind that. In fact, I wouldn't even mind them reinterpreting this movie and making it its own arc, as long as they're going to reevaluate and flesh out everything that the movie just couldn't do. Because as much as we've heard about this, it's going to be really kind of ambitious, and Toriyama wants to go back and try to figure out and explain all of the Saiyan mythology and give us a different understanding of everything that we've known over the last 20 years. So I'm really kind of excited. It's just, why? What is going to be next after this? Are they going to bring back Cooler? Are they going to bring back Janemba or any of these other people? How will Dragon Ball Super continue? I mean, is it going to come back on its anime format? Would you like the movies to just come out like every year or every 2 years, just regularly, and we reintroduce characters and we continue plot stories like they did in the old Dragon Ball Z days? I wouldn't mind that. Like, and this is Broly, but next time it's someone else, but the remnants of the story, or wherever this story leaves us, we pick up from, and they have to deal with something else. And maybe after a movie or two or something, they're going to bring back the manga on a weekly basis and then go back to anime, or maybe just bring back the anime in general. I mean, there's just so many different possibilities, and one of the reasons I'm actually kind of excited about this movie and excited about Dragon Ball again is because this seems to be like the first thing that the Dragon Room is actually doing after everything that we've heard of over the last couple years. This is them taking over, and they're going to start reinterpreting Dragon Ball for this next generation and not really have it be all on Toriyama's lap, because no offense to the guy, I mean, he's created a whole lot of interesting, universally loved characters and stories over the last couple decades, but I think he's getting a little too old to actually, think about this stuff in the same way that he used to. He can't keep up with it the same way they want to put it out there. So allowing a team of people to understand the mythos of Dragon Ball and where it goes next is pretty interesting to me, and something I can be very excited about. And I think you guys, if you're listening to this, and hopefully you are, and you go down to the comment section below and tell me whether I'm right or wrong. I mean, is this something to be really excited about? I can't wait. But I mean, I really just hope that if this movie is as ambitious as they're saying, that it finds a good ground. And even if they have to rush it with a movie and they have plans to bring back the anime or bring back the manga, or maybe after the manga ends the Tournament of Power run, they're going to pick up immediately with this story so it can continue, and they're going to reinterpret it and tell the right story that needs to be told at that time, and do that until the anime comes back on. And if they want to reinterpret this movie, that will be fine, as long as they give it more depth. And that's not something they did with Dragon Ball Super, and why a lot of people were really soft on that show over the last, the very first couple of months. All of 2015 was just basically retellings and stuff that we had already seen before. So I don't know. I'm really excited. I don't know what's next. I really hope it's not just reintroducing or reevaluating characters, as cool as that would be and as excited as I think that would make all of us. I want them to go back and explore this world, this mythology that they created in Dragon Ball Super, and really start hammering home all the things they promised us throughout that time period. And if they do that, I think a lot of us will be very excited going forward, and we will come back to Dragon Ball Super or Dragon Ball, whatever they decide to call it, and be happy about it. And whatever remnants of fandom that was left after Dragon Ball Super, people would come back, and people who dropped off of Dragon Ball Super, or kind of lost interest at it after it ended, will come back in greater numbers because they're actually thinking about this. They pre-planned a story, and they're moving forward in the right direction now. And maybe that's what this whole movie's about, and hopefully, fingers crossed, that's what we're going to get at the end of the year, is something truly special and a promise of something greater to come. But what do you think is next, guys? Do you think the series is coming back after this movie? Do you think it's going to be new movies every couple of years, or maybe one a year? Do you think it's going to be the manga back on a weekly basis? And which one do you really want? I mean, if I had my pick, and I know this is kind of crazy, as much as I do love the anime, I kind of want to see it go back to weekly manga chapters, and we get it way quicker. The story moves along much faster than it would in the anime, and maybe give that to us for a year, maybe another movie along the way to help explain what's going on in the manga, and then probably bring it back and tell a more long form with even some filler this time, because I don't like filler in every anime, but Dragon Ball has always done a really good job in my opinion. So you bring it back with the story in the manga already fleshed out, and you change what you need to in order to adapt it to the series, and you get the fan base excited like that. That's what I want. Let's go back to old school days. That's how Dragon Ball worked when it first came out, and I think it worked for the better. Instead of having the anime always ahead of the manga, and the manga not coming out nearly as frequently enough. But that's just me. What do you guys want to see in the future of Dragon Ball? Do you want movies, manga, anime, more video games to tell the story? I mean, the possibilities are literally endless because this franchise is not ending anytime soon. But I'm going to leave it at that. It's really more so of an open question this day. Tell me in the comment section below. Can't wait to have these conversations with you guys. I hope everyone's having a fantastic day. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell over by the subscriber button to notify you every single time I upload. It's been real.